Hi guys, it's been a while since I did a video. I've been off on other projects. I've been building a reading nook stroke summer house for my wife, which possibly on one of the later videos I'll show you a picture of it. It was quite a major project. In the interim period I've actually retired from work as well, taking early retirement. So at 52 years old I've decided to get back to building my car. Now, one of the things that was holding me back was the welding that I needed doing, finding someone to do the welding. And we were in Aldi recently and I discovered this, which is, it's a hobby welder, you know, for want of a better description. It's only 80 amps. In arc welding terms, it's very much a lightweight, but it's just for the hobby welder. And I thought, for the sake of 60 quid, I'll give it a go, and if it doesn't work I'll go back and get my money back. So I got it, and I've been having a play with it, and I've managed to do a little bit of welding. So I've welded the likes of, this is a rear suspension hanger. It's been cut out of, the metal's been cut out of some steel plate that I picked up. There's the remnants of it that I've cut the bits out, so it's quite hefty, it's quite substantial. So I've done one rear bracket that I've finished and ground down. The one on the other side I've left unground. I mean, my welding is not the prettiest, but that's how it looks when you start it on there, and then that's how it looks when you've finished it. And although there's a couple of gaps in it, it's strong enough, it's solid. That's for the rear suspension. For the front, I've made a couple more slightly different brackets, and again, like I say, the welding isn't perfect, but I'm still learning. But I've done these brackets to hang suspension from the front. I've done a plate on each of them to go on the inside of the engine bay, so one will be on one side of the MDF and one will be on the other, and it's because the MDF is the weak point really on there, so it just spreads the force. And I've done multiple holes up the middle, and the idea behind this is it just gives me, it's only going to be bolted in 2 points, but it gives me a level of adjustability on there, because the shock absorbers that are on here, I don't know how much they're going to compress, so it just gives me that level of adjustability to be able to make sure that when the vehicle's set on its wheels, that the wheels are straight. So it's a bit of a learning curve. I've also managed to weld together and put together, this was my first project actually, this plate to hold the swinging arms. So these are just pieces of angle iron. I think I've got one. I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah, these are just pieces of angle iron that I've shaped and drilled and then welded to the main plate, and then these are going to be drilled and they're going to go on the inside of the other side of this to bolt through. And again, area spreads the force, basic physics from school, and it just allows it, because this is going to take an awful lot of pressure, it just gives it that little bit more strength on there. So they're going to be bolted into place. Tomorrow I'm going to start fabricating the rear chassis, the rear axle, based around this mini differential that I've managed to lay my hands on. And like I say, the prop shaft isn't quite long enough, but because of the confidence I've got now messing around with this little welding rig, I'm going to remove this cog from here. This is just an aluminium case, it's a steel shaft that's inside there, so I'm going to remove that, replace that with a longer one, and I'm actually going to weld a section. I'm going to find another piece of rolled steel, and I'm going to weld another section on to extend the prop shaft to where I need it to be, which is going to be up here, because I want this to be front engined right from the very beginning. My intention was to have the engine stroke electric motor under the bonnet where it belongs, rather than anywhere else. So it's going to be driven from there, it's going to be driven down through the prop shaft, and it's going to drive both rear wheels. Now, I know some of the Toylander stuff, you have to have 2 electric motors to drive 2 rear wheels, because one won't drive both of them, whereas using this, it will allow me to have both rear wheels driven by one motor. Not sure about on the power of that motor yet, that's something that I'll deal with in the future, but as things stand at the moment, I just want to get it sat on 4 wheels on a basic build really before we take it any further. So that's where I'm up to right now, and like I say, I'm going to get the rear axle completed before I do another video. And thing is, now I've retired, I've got plenty of time on my hands, so not that I want to race to the finish, I just want to enjoy it as I'm doing it. Some of the stuff I might do might not work. I don't know whether I might need to put springs over the shockers, something I'll have to look at just to take the weight, but we'll see. Once it's on its 4 wheels, I'll make that decision then. So okay guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.